What's going on, you guys? It's Ann and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman, the trilogy, because it's obviously going to happen now. If you guys don't know, I think all of you know, if you are UFC and MMA fans, that Leon Edwards would have come from behind victory over Kamaru Usman with a head kick. And by the way, I predicted this in my UFC 278 predictions video. So, hey. Well, I said that I picked the safest route. I picked Kamaru Usman to win, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if Leon Edwards gets a knockout victory. I said that, okay? And I said if I had money on the side, to bet, I would put it on Leon Edwards. And I didn't, and I made a mistake. I should have, and I should have put it by knockout. Man, I would have been a little bit more richer, but that's besides the point. I'm going to talk about pretty much how the trilogy will be more competitive. Let's talk about it real quick. So they fought in Utah, right? They fought in Utah, and it's like at high altitudes, and it literally affected almost everybody on the card. Everybody was getting tired, right? You saw, Jose Aldo by round 2 was just done, right? You saw both Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, especially somebody like Luke Rockhold, who I don't see get tired that often, to be honest with you. I've seen a decent amount of Rockhold fights, and he doesn't get tired like that, especially when his hands is on his knees. I mean, come on. And you looked at Leon Edwards. He looked great in the first round, but then by the second, third, fourth, and then the final round, he was super gassy. He had nothing left in the tank. The only people that I saw, especially on the main card, that didn't get tired was if I'm being honest, by the way, I only watched the last 3 fights because I only cared about those 3 fights. I saw Divashvili pretty much be energetic and Kamaru Usman. But why Kamaru Usman? He fights I believe in Nebraska, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he fights at high altitudes all the time. That's how he trains. So he's used to this environment, right? Leon Edwards is not used to this environment. I don't care that he trained for 2 weeks in Utah. I don't care. He's not used to it. He literally trains, I'm assuming, in the UK, right? That's where he usually trains. He doesn't train in Utah. He didn't even know what Utah was. And now you have this fight happen. In the first round, he looked great. He's the first person in the history of the UFC to take down Kamaru Usman. In the first round, he looked great, and I thought he won that round. Right? Now we look at it, in the second, and third, and fourth, and fifth round, 2 through 5, he was gassed. He was tired. You saw that he had nothing left in him, it seemed like. Especially, it was quick, too. The second round, he was not the same fighter. And he was easily giving up takedowns. Kamaru Usman was just dominating Leon Edwards. Because Kamaru Usman is used to that environment. He's used to fighting at high altitudes all the time because of where he trains. Now, with the third fight, they're going to be probably fighting in the UK. They're going to fight in Leon's backyard. You don't think that Leon would not be used to that environment? You don't think Leon would thrive in that environment? He's going to go insane. Leon Edwards is going to be even better than he was in this fight. And he didn't even look great. And he knocked Kamaru Usman out with a head kick. You don't think that Leon Edwards is going to perform better in the third fight? The trilogy is going to be extremely competitive. Is the same outcome going to happen? Who knows? Maybe it might. Who knows? But I'm telling you right now, I'm guaranteeing it. The next fight, unless if Kamaru Usman gets a knockout, it will be extremely competitive from 1 through 5. It will be back and forth. It's going to be similar to what Colby did with Kamaru Usman, pretty much in both of their fights, where they were taking rounds from each other, and it was it was a conversation okay, who won this round, who won that round. It's going to be a lot more competitive. Trust me. Leon Edwards, if I'm being honest, I thought about this for a second. I was like, damn, the next fight, I don't think it's going to be competitive because we saw how Kamaru Usman just dominated him, right? And I'm thinking to myself, damn, Kamaru Usman is just a lot better than Leon Edwards. But then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, but look where they fought. they fought in Utah where it's higher altitudes where Leon Edwards is not accustomed to that environment. And this next fight is going to be a lot more competitive. Trust me on that one. Trust me. Leon Edwards is going to look a lot better. He's gonna be able to stuff those takedowns a lot better. He's obviously gonna get taken down. Usman is a fantastic grappler, so he's gonna be able to take him down. But listen, it's a completely different fight, and who knows? I could see Leon get another stoppage on Kamaru Usman. I genuinely believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. To be honest, I could see that happen, and Kamaru Usman is a fantastic fight. And listen, Kamaru Usman could win the next fight too. I think it's a lot more even now than it was before. Because you saw the odds. It was a what? He was a 3-1 underdog, Leon Edwards was. And look what happened. Leon Edwards got a stoppage on the #1 pound for pound. And by the way, his post-fight speech was fantastic. If it's on YouTube, you can go ahead and watch it. It is one of the coldest lines in history when he said pound for pound, headshot, dead. That was insane. That to me is like top 5 craziest like lines in the history of the UFC. Insane. So he looking dead at the camera like this. He said pound for pound, headshot, dead. That's it. I was like, bro, that's insane. That is, bro, one of the cleanest like sayings and quotes in the history of the UFC, honestly. But that's besides the point. But next fight, trust me, when that trilogy happens, because it's obviously going to happen, it's going to be a lot more competitive. They're going to fight in his backyard, in Leon Edwards' backyard, where he is accustomed to fighting, where he literally trains most of the time. He is going to be even better than what he was on Saturday, and that was probably one of the worst performances Leon Edwards ever had. It's just that he caught Kamaru Usman perfectly. And I called it. Look at the video that I put out. UFC 278 predictions. I said that it's going to be a head kick. That's all I got to say. Hey, listen. You got to give me some credit because I said it. If you go back to that video, it's like later on in the video. Obviously, it's like the last thing that I talked about. I said it, though. I did pick Kamaru. If I'm being honest. I said Kamaru was more likely going to win. Which, it looked like that, though. By the 5th round, I was like, oh, damn, Leon, bro, it's over, you know? And then, all of a sudden, head kick, out cold. Just one shot, out cold. Unbelievable. That was a great fight, and I really do believe the trilogy is going to be, I think the trilogy is going to be a great fight. I truly believe that. I think it's going to be very good. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be, to me, I think it's going to be similar to what Colby and Kamaru was the first time around. That's how good that I believe that fight's going to be. I truly believe that. So, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys with another video soon. Peace.